Late at night, when the world is quiet and the lights are low, the human mind becomes more sensitive, more open, more aware of the small things it normally ignores. The hum of the refrigerator, the distant sound of cars outside, the shifting of the house as it settles. And sometimes, something else. There are people all over the world who report the same experience. Different places, different lives, different histories. But the same moment they are alone, in their house, or lying in bed, or sitting quietly in another room. And they hear someone say their name, not shouted, not whispered, not imagined. A voice, clear, familiar, someone they know. Maybe it sounds like a family member, maybe a partner, maybe a child. The voice comes from just behind them, just over their shoulder, just close enough that instinct takes over before thought does, and they turn around. But no one is there. Most people brush it off, a dream, a trick of the mind, nothing serious, and they go back to what they were doing. But some people hear it again, and again, and again, and slowly, the familiarity changes. It begins as someone they trust, someone they love. But over time, the voice shifts, the tone changes, the sound becomes slightly wrong, the cadence mismatched, the warmth drains from it. The voice still knows their name, but it doesn't sound like it's calling them. It sounds like it's copying the act of calling them. There is a theory for this, though most don't like to think about it. The human brain is wired to detect danger. In darkness, it listens for familiar voices. It remembers the sound of safety, parents, partners, loved ones. The voice becomes a kind of psychological anchor. But when the mind calls for safety in isolation and nothing answers, something fills the silence. Not something supernatural, not exactly. Something older. The instinct that once kept humans alive in the dark. The knowledge that being alone was never safe, the presence watching from just beyond the firelight, the shape moving behind the tree line, the thing our ancestors didn't have a word for, because they didn't need one. They just knew to run. People who experience this voice often report feeling something before it happens. A shift in the air, a pressure behind the ears, the awareness of being observed. Not watched, observed. As if something is learning them. A woman in Ohio described hearing her mother's voice calling her name every night for a week, long after her mother had passed. At first, she believed it was grief. Memory echo. But the voice changed. It grew quieter, closer, too close. The last time she heard it, it was only inches away from her ear. She moved out within the month. Another man reported hearing his wife calling him while he was in the shower. He spoke back, asked what she needed. She didn't respond. When he got out, she wasn't home. She hadn't been all day. He stopped showering with the door closed. And then there are the ones who say the voice doesn't just call their name. It asks them to come closer. It asks them to look. It asks them to follow. And it always sounds almost familiar. As if something is wearing a memory like a mask. There is a pattern in every report. The person is alone. The environment is quiet. The voice comes from behind. And it always uses their name. Names are powerful things. The oldest cultures believed knowing someone's name gave you a connection to them. A link. A hold. So when something calls your name in the dark, you are not hearing nothing. You are hearing your mind respond to the void, and something in the void responded back.